You make my world a better place.
Yes!
He's walking with me.
I can depend on you.
I'm on an extra special mission today. I've received a call for help from a parent at a local Melbourne primary school. Now, she's actually made the SOS on behalf of the school principal who has a puppy that sounds like it's in quite serious trouble. So I'm heading there now to see if I can help.
Chris is on his way to the Our Lady of the Nativity Primary School in Melbourne's northwest. School principal Anne Doherty is waiting anxiously with her beloved 4-month-old puppy, Juno.
Hey Juju, how you feeling? All the kids want to see you and they keep asking after you. I had to tell them you're too tired today. Just need a rest, hey?
I've had Juno since she was 8 weeks old, and I'd bring her up to school and the kids just loved her. Come lunchtime, there's a knock on the door and, you know, can we take Juno outside? And they loved it and she loved it too. But then as she got sicker, she just didn't have the energy to do that, although the knock would still come at the door.
In the last 3 weeks, little Juno has become gravely ill. She can't go outside and now spends most of her time sleeping in Anne's office.
In a short period of time, I noticed a lot of change in Juno. She didn't have any of the energy that you would expect a puppy to have, and then started vomiting, but her stomach was swelling at the same time. So they were signs to me that all was not right and we needed to investigate further.
Hello.
Oh, Chris.
How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Great to finally meet you.
It's great to see you. Thank you so much for coming.
Too, little miss. Look at you.
Yeah, this is our Juno.
Those eyes.
Oh no, they're something, aren't they? Hey Juno, this is Chris. He's come to say hello to you.
Normally when you first meet a puppy that's Juno's age, you get bowled over by their energy and their enthusiasm. And with Juno, it's just not happening. She looks thin, she looks like she's not thriving, she has that big belly. There's a lot to be worried about.
Every year I get a special job. I come up to Devil Ark and with the keepers, we trap the female devils, hoping to find the next generation.
Australian Reptile Park General Manager Tim Faulkner is on his way to Devil Ark, about 6 hours from Sydney. He's meeting up with Ark keepers Corey and Dean to see if their Tasmanian devil breeding program is working.
You got all the traps?
Ready to go for you?
Ready to go. Well, we're going to lose light soon, so let's get down there.
I'm up here today because this time of year now is when we do our stock take. And what that means is we've gone through a breeding season, we've witnessed matings, but we haven't actually trapped the females and counted our joeys.
With devil facial tumour rapidly wiping out the species, a captive population is crucial to the devil's survival.
With no cure and no vaccine in the near future, it is very likely that we could see devils extinct, absent from the landscape in the wild in as little as 5 to 15 years.
And that means the only devils that will exist will be in the captive population at places like Devil Ark. That's it. 4 females, but 15 traps. And I don't mean to scare you boys, but the traps need to be set properly. We need to catch them, and if we don't have joeys in the morning, we've got a problem.
And no pressure, Tim.
No pressure. Let's pick a spot, hey? Yep. I like this face along here, guys. I'm going to head down this way with this one.
Traps containing fresh meat will be left out overnight in the hope of luring the 4 adult female devils.
You right, Dino?
Yep, this one's good to go. I've got a really good feeling about it.
Oh, I hope you're right, mate.
These little joeys, they're the future of the species. Devils only live for 6 years. They only breed 2 or 3 times in their life cycle. So you've got a really quick generational turnover. And if we miss a year of breeding and we don't get joeys, your whole population is non-existent.
Last trap. You've done all the hard work, boys, so all we can do now is wait for the morning. Fingers crossed. It's going to be an uneasy night. This is pioneer conservation, and it's simply to ensure the future of the Tasmanian devil. It must work.
So how long would you say she's been quiet like this?
Probably noticed signs of it about the last 3 weeks
Yeah.
before it reached that peak, that everything just started to go haywire with her.
And that's when you took her to the vet,
Yep.
had the blood test taken, had the x-ray taken,
Yes,
and at the moment we're still trying to find our exact answer as to what's going on.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Chris is in northwest Melbourne. His patient is the gravely ill 4-month-old Juno.
So if you look at her now, see what happens when I touch here?
Yep.
It bounces.
Flows, yeah.
So that's how we know what we have in there is fluid. Now what I think we need to do is take a sample of that fluid and just run some very basic tests on it, because wherever that fluid's coming from,
It'll give you the clue.
I think is at the heart of this issue. So I'm going to put this needle into her belly and drain some fluid there.
Nice belly scratch. Oh, nice belly scratch. That's a girl.
So I know Juno has fluid in her belly. The key now is working out exactly what type of fluid it is. And you can see there's plenty of it.
Yes.
You can't look at that, can you?
Oh, yeah, I'm not too good with needles. I'm just thinking how great she is, though. She's never flinch. Tough little staffy.
So look at that. It's very clear. So straight away, I can tell you it's not coming from an infection in her belly, because otherwise it'd be pussy.
Okay.
It's not coming from a bleeding blood vessel. It'd be red or pink. Okay, so this is a special kind of fluid. If it has a lot of protein in it, it tells us something else. So best way to tell if there's protein in fluid, shake it.
If the fluid changes consistency, it's a telltale sign there is protein in it.
Looks like it did before. So there's very little protein in that. This kind of fluid comes from blood vessels that are under pressure. We know that she's quiet, she's lethargic. We know she's not putting weight on. Now, there's one organ that controls all of these things. And there's one organ that, when it's under pressure, produces extra fluid. It's the liver. And my feeling is that over the last week or so, it started to lose the battle. And that's when you're starting to see the problem.
I wasn't going to do this. Sorry.
I really wanted to come in today and be able to give you a very simple explanation and a very...
I was hoping it would be.
The way I would like to work out exactly what's happening with her liver is by doing a CT scan. I'd love Juno to go and see Andrew Marchewski at SASH. What she has isn't simple. What she has, I hate to say it, isn't going to be easily fixed.
Look, I'll do whatever it takes. I need to. She's got to have a chance.
I'll be honest, what my gut says is that what Juno's facing here is serious. But at the same time, I hope like hell that when we do this CT scan, the result is a good one. Because when you look at how much Juno already means to Anne, it'd be heartbreaking if it's tough news.
This way. Here we go.
Denise from the animal rescue group PAWS is bringing Denzel into the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH for an urgent examination.
Denzel's a little Shih Tzu who's come from the pound, and he has got something going on with his eye. It appears to have hair coming out the middle of his cornea, and we really need to see exactly what's going on.
Denise is hoping emergency vet Dr Lisa Chimes can find a solution so that little Denzel can be adopted into a new home.
We just want to get him right and get him into a new family so that he can start to enjoy his life. Oh, Lisa, he's got something wrong with his eye.
Oh no.
Looks a bit strange. Looks like it's got something growing out of it.
What do you do too, sweetheart?
I'm looking at Denzel's eye, and this poor little dog has got a piece of skin growing long hairs out of the surface of his eye. Now that part of the eye should be completely clear. So when I look at the eye, it's pretty obvious what he's got. He's got something called a dermoid cyst, and it's a developmental abnormality, okay? So the skin has actually started growing on the eye, and that's happened from when he was an embryo.
Without treatment, the dermoid cyst could cause Denzel to go blind.
All right, so this is Mark. He's one of our ophthalmologists.
Very well, yourself?
Good, thank you.
Lisa is hoping ophthalmologist Dr Mark Bilson can confirm just how severe the pup's problem is.
All right, let's have a look. I'm looking at Denzel's eye and I can see that unfortunately the dermoid cyst is right on the cornea. There's already changes and some of those changes are going to be permanent. Unfortunately, he's starting to get pigmentation of the cornea. If that keeps going on, it's going to blind the eye.
So what do we do?
So I'd recommend surgery.
Okay.
The good news is if we get in now and we take the lesion off now and remove the hairs and the source of irritation, then we can stop further damage. So we can maintain what vision he's got, and we may be able to also allow some healing and repair and improve the appearance.
You'll be right. And then you'll get a lovely new home.
If you're happy to go ahead, we'll take him through and we'll go ahead with surgery.
Denzel's already been through a lot in his life, and this is just another thing that he has to go through. But we hope that the result will be good, and then Denzel can go on and have a great life.
It's almost like she's showing off.
You're talking, hey?
Later that morning at SASH, Chris, Anne and sick little pup Juno have arrived from Melbourne.
Let's hope from here on in, everything's okay.
It's just a bit of a wait and see, isn't it?
Yes.
Chris suspects the staffy's liver isn't functioning properly, and he's hoping specialist surgeon Andrew Marchevsky will be able to confirm the exact reason why.
She's only 4 months old, and to be this sick, I've got to find the answers to really what's wrong with her.
That Juno.
Certainly is.
Okay, Chris.
Hello. Good to see you.
This is Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. Nice to meet you.
Of course. Hi. What's up? Hey.
She's clocked up some miles.
A few miles to get here? Well, come on in, we'll have a look.
Thanks, Andrew.
I know that Anne's very anxious right now, but I guess hearing what I had to say at the school probably brought home her biggest fears, and now she has to confront them.
What's going on? Had a big trip, didn't you? Okay. Juno's really skinny. Like, she literally is skin and bone, and she's got a big tummy. All right, well, I think that we'll get her in, just do a liver function test. And then I think we'll be looking at doing a CT.
We'll do whatever we can.
Andrew's plan really is going to be, first of all, get as much information as he can with a CT scan, and then try to map out some sort of path ahead.
Well, that's weird. I think what this is we've got an abnormal direct communication of an artery with the portal vein, or the veins within the liver, and they shouldn't join up at all. And what that is causing is a build-up of pressure in the liver, so it can't do its job properly. Her blood vessel plumbing is up the wahoo.
Probably the best way to explain what we're looking at is that if you consider the blood vessels inside a dog's belly to be like a road map, roads go one way, then come back the other, and the blood should do the same. Here, there's been no design. The roads are going in every single direction. We've got roundabouts where there should be intersections. There's very little that you can say is normal. How many have you seen?
Counting this one, one. Unless we can fix that, she's not going to live past, I don't know, she's not going to live into adulthood.
Just because that pressure is just too great.
Her liver will go to fail.
Yeah.
So we've got to stop that.
The only way of saving little Juno's life is with high-risk pioneer surgery. To give the pup the best chance, Andrew will need to assemble a specialist surgical team and schedule the operation for 2 days' time.
The risks of this surgery are really high. There's probably, if you want to be an optimist, 60% chance you'll get through. This is not going to be straightforward.
It's that complicated.
This is really complex.
There's a few traps down.
There's a few up as well.
The plan, boys, Corey, you want to hit that left side? Yep. Bring him into the holding yard. Dino and I will get this side. And full traps on the right, empty traps on the left.
Cool.
Good luck.
At Devil Ark in Barrington Tops,
Set off.
Tim and Rangers Corey and Dean are about to find out if they've lured any female devils into their traps.
We do everything we can to encourage the devils to breed, but there's an amount that has to be leapt up to the devils, and this is the chance we get to see if what we're doing is working. That's lucky last.
Yeah.
And the moment of truth for you boys. 4 females, we could have 16 joeys or 0. Let's see if your hard work's paid off.
Make me feel nervous.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice and gentle. Good, beautiful. Corey, you got that microchipper? There's the head. You got her?
0174. First one's Bella. She's 2 years old, this one.
Nice, quiet female. Just turn them gently into yourself. Mate, now just press apart that pouch very softly and have a look.
Oh wow, Tim, we got 4 joeys.
You see him, Corey?
Wow, they're amazing.
How big?
At least the size of your thumb.
Oh, good. Okay, so they're probably 60 days old. I can see that pouch and it looks nice and full. One peek inside and it's confirmed. She has joeys. How good is this? Number 2?
1 female down, 3 to go.
6077.
Tell us who you've got.
This one's Candace.
So, nice and easy, mate. She's a bit more fiery than Bella.
Yep.
With devil numbers dangerously low in the wild, it's crucial that every female at the Ark delivers a joey.
No joeys, boys. Now, she doesn't have any joeys to add to the tally.
Now, that's really, really scary. If we don't breed devils and then reboot the species in the wild, there will be no devils left.
With the last devil not producing any joeys, the pressure for this girl to have babies is now greatly increased.
Okay, that's beautiful. Easy, girl. Easy, easy, easy. Okay. We got joeys.
Hey.
There you go. And there's another 2 on the inside.
I've never seen one so small before.
That's about 70 days old.
Wow.
We checked the 3rd female, and there's joeys. 4 of them. Jackpot. This is our last girl, boys. 3 out of 4 would be a success story. Hey, hold still, please. You got 3 joeys, but they're tiny, smaller than a jelly bean. You got 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom.
Wow.
They're too small to see, maybe only a month old. What can you say?
It's a great job.
Speechless, Tim. It's outstanding.
A success story, hey? The final tally from this yard is 11 joeys from just 4 mums. See you later. The breeding season has been a success. It's a win for us and a win for the devil.
Denzel, you're all right. You're a good boy.
The next day at SASH, homeless dog Denzel is about to undergo surgery to remove a dermoid cyst which is damaging his eye. Ophthalmologist Dr Mark Bilson has the tricky job of cutting the mass out and saving Denzel's eyesight.
The aim of today is to remove this abnormal lesion and make Denzel a happier boy, give him better prospects for the future in comfort and vision, and help Denise find him a good home. All right. So with surgery, the key things we're going to be thinking about is how thick that cornea is. It's only 1 millimetre thick, and hence we're going to be working under the microscope. And biggest thing we want to make sure we don't do is go into the eye inadvertently, so we don't want to puncture the eye.
It's an incredibly delicate task, Mark must now slowly dissect the cyst, gently removing it from the cornea.
Onto the sclera, which is the white part of the eye, and that is a lot more vascular, and that's why we're seeing more bleeding.
With blood flooding the eye, the risk of perforating the eyeball is now greatly increased. The next few minutes will be crucial.
So we've pretty much got the dermoid clear now. Just a couple more little snips. There's some... And there it is. There's our dermoid removed.
Mark must now place a contact lens over the eye and stitch the wound closed. Finally, with the last stitch in, the delicate surgery is finished.
All right. When Denzel wakes up, he will certainly feel a little bit of pain from the surgery, but hopefully his view of the world's already a little bit improved.
Right.
Very happy at this point. We'll see how he's going tomorrow.
Hello. Don't have to ask how you're feeling because it's written all over your face.
Yeah. It's supposed to be tough, you know?
Later that afternoon, Anne is back at SASH to admit little Juno in preparation for the life-saving surgery to fix her failing liver.
In the most simple terms, Juno essentially has a blood vessel directing blood where it shouldn't go. We need to be able to get in there tomorrow, block that off without causing major problems for the rest of her body. It's a simple explanation, but it has a very, very complicated solution.
This operation is so risky that the pup must be admitted 24 hours before the surgery so she can be monitored.
Chris, how are you, mate? Yeah, good to see you too. Oh. How you going?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go and find her a bed.
I think what makes this moment so hard for Anne is the fact that every step of the way she's been there for Juno, but now she does have to step away and let Juno rest up for the operation.
It's okay. Your mummy's only leaving you here because it's best.
For devoted owner Anne, saying goodbye is almost too much.
All right, you brave, Mum? No.
In terms of sleep tonight, there'll be about 8 hours, but I think it's 8 hours between all of us, Anne, Andrew and myself. There won't be a lot because tomorrow, it's a big day.
Don't you worry. There you go. The harsh reality is the risks of this surgery are really high. I mean, she's probably got a 30–40% chance of dying during the surgery. And if we do nothing, she's got a 100% chance of dying of this condition.
Oh, that's like pathetic.
Not pathetic. What's up?
I've got to hand her over, but yeah, it's hard. I want her back again too. You know, I want to see that face, that quirky eye, and yeah, just want her home.
Hi, Lise.
Hi.
It's looking pretty good, eh?
He is.
Hey, little man.
Did you need to have a look at him?
Let's have a quick look
Okay.
on the table, yeah.
The next morning at SASH, Lisa and ophthalmologist Dr Mark Bilson are checking up on Denzel.
Hey, Denzel.
The little rescue dog had a dermoid cyst growing on his eye, and it had to be surgically removed before he went blind.
So I really like how he's got that eye nice and open. I've made the lid a little bit smaller, so just to give it some protection and help keep the contact lens in place. And it's comfy, it's looking good, it's looking good.
So he's ready to be picked up by Denise?
Yep, I'm ready to get him home.
And I think ready for a new owner, huh?
I hope someone's waiting.
Mark is really happy with his progress. He managed to cut that dermoid cyst off his eye and everything's looking really good now.
In reception, the pup's guardian angel Denise is waiting to be reunited with the tiny stray.
Hi. Hello, how are you? How is Denzel? Hello. Oh my goodness, look at that eye. You handsome now or what? Denzel looks absolutely fantastic. He's happy, I'm happy, so, you know, it's all good.
So how's the search been going for new owner? Any luck?
Well, as a matter of fact, Denzel has a new home.
Really?
Yes,
Denzel, that is amazing.
Denzel
Did
is
you hear that?
very excited.
You're going to a new home, buddy.
Yes.
All right, Denise, so that's it.
Thank you again.
So lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you too.
Love the work that you do. Good
Thanks.
luck. Thanks, Denise.
Let's go, Denzel. Time to go home.
Little girl. Get your brave face on, didn't you? Let's see.
Finally, it's time for courageous Juno's surgery.
You're looking all serious, aren't you? You've got to get through this.
Andrew Marchevsky and his specialist surgical team have the incredibly difficult task of trying to fix Juno's failing liver.
In Juno, we've elected to go non-invasively because if we tried to open her up, she's got these huge, really delicate blood vessels that I fear if I go anywhere near them, they'll just burst open and she'll bleed to death.
A CT scan has confirmed the staffy has an abnormal artery connecting directly into a vein of her liver. This is causing a massive build-up of pressure. Unless Andrew can fix the problem, the pup will die.
The first thing we're doing here is just putting a catheter into the femoral artery so that we can feed a longer catheter up to near where the problem is so we can inject some contrast so we can visualise it properly. You ready?
Yep.
So we're injecting the dye, we take some real-time x-rays, it's like a movie. We can actually see where these blood vessels are going and more importantly, where the bad one is. I think we need to advance that. Yeah, that's it. Next one. So I think this one coming towards us.
It looks pretty big. That's the one.
It looks pretty big, but that seems to be the one that's feeding the abnormality. The really tough part about this particular procedure is finding exactly the right branch of the artery that's causing the problem. That's what we're having difficulties with now. Is that it? No. Try it again. Is that it? Oh, yeah, no, hang on. That's it.
Okay. Fleur. Okay, you want to stop?
Stop. Ooh. Yeah, that's the one we're aiming for.
With the abnormal artery identified, it's now time for the next critical stage of Juno's surgery. Andrew must carefully insert a minute coil into the blood vessel to try and stop the flow of blood.
So this is actually a coil of wire in there, just straightened out, but when we push it out into the blood vessel, it will coil up into a tight little spring, and that's going to obstruct the vessel. I've got 20 centimetres. So we're just about to push this coil into that, and hopefully the right spot. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh, so that's it.
There we go. We have a coil.
We're not relying only on the coil. We're relying on the body reacting to the coil and saying, oh, I don't like it, and putting a whole lot of blood clot around it and then forming a solid plug. It will be a solid plug in the end. And that's the body helping us out.
But the team can't relax. A crucial dye test will confirm if the coil has started doing its job.
Ready?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, stop.
Oh, it's a lot better. Yeah.
It's certainly got rid of all that mishmash of vessels, and it's definitely in the right place. And I think if we try and do anything else now, we could potentially make things a lot worse. We might end up blocking off an artery we don't want to. So we're going to leave it as it is.
After more than 3 hours on the operating table, the surgery is finally over. but there are no guarantees that it has worked.
I've got to be honest, I think Juno's future is still a little uncertain. You know, everything's gone really well, but, you know, we don't know how her liver is going to respond. That's the time will tell thing. I think she thinks she's ready to go out and play and be a normal dog, but I think we've got a little while to go.
She's trying to mount a strong case, isn't she?
Yeah. No.
At SASH, it's been less than 24 hours since the operation to try to repair Juno's failing liver, and Andrew and Chris are anxious to see how well the little pup is recovering.
Juno's looking remarkably good. I mean, we're less than a day after surgery and she's bouncing out of her skin, trying to chew out a catheter and wanting to go for a run. So, I mean, I'm really, really pleased with her. Come on, Juno. See you, Juno. We'll see you in a second.
It's going to make someone very happy, huh?
Juno's owner, Anne, hasn't seen her little girl since she underwent surgery.
I'm really looking forward to being able to give her a bit of a hug and twiddle those ears again. It'll be great. Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh. Hello, yes. Oh, that's a nice kiss.
I think that's how you say thank you.
Nice kiss. Oh, missed you. You've been a good girl.
Even though Juno looks like she can go home right now, the fact is that inside her body, some big changes have been made. We need to make sure that her liver and the other organs have adjusted to that.
It's just been a tough month. Look at her. Yeah, you're a good girl.
Despite her improvement, Juno still isn't out of the danger zone. But Anne is trying to stay positive.
She's come through the operation. Yes, there's a bit of a road ahead because the liver's now got to learn to function properly. But yeah, we're in a good place at the moment, and hopefully she'll be in the car back to Melbourne before I know it.
Going to see your new mummy.
While Juno continues to recover at SASH, Denzel is about to begin the next phase of his life.
Who lives here? Hello. Hi, Denzel. Hi, Denise. Oh, your new home, little Denzel.
The rescue pup has found a new home.
I feel particularly happy for Denzel today. He's had his surgery, you know, he's a healthy dog. He came to us in pretty bad condition, as a lot of our dogs do, but we've been able to fix him all up, and the piece de resistance is that he has this wonderful home to go to.
Good boy. It's nice to be able to give a dog that probably didn't have a lot of hope a new home, and he'll be loved.
You're going to love living here, Denzel. It's a great home, and you've got Anne all to yourself. She will spoil you very much, won't she?
We'll be able to take him for walks, and we could go to the beach, and he'd sit and watch TV with me, and it'd be nice to have a little bit of company. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, you're gorgeous, aren't you? Gorgeous boy.
Five weeks later, and there's some devastating news about 4-month-old Juno. Although she survived the surgery to repair her failing liver, the courageous pup developed a serious setback and required further surgery. Despite a brave battle, sadly, she didn't make it.
It is very heartbreaking. But I remember when I was searching for her, I thought if I was meant to get the dog I got. And I firmly believe that for some reason she chose me and I chose her. She's probably taught me a lot in a short time too about what it is to really love a little creature that depends so much on you, but then get so much back from her as well. I can't imagine life without her.
You're the best girl. Yes, you are. You know that, don't you? Hey? Number one girl.
There's no doubt the last few days have been incredibly hard, but the fact is that the pain, it doesn't go away. All you can do is try to keep yourself busy. And quite fortuitously, I've had a call from some special girls who happen to have an old friend of mine who might just be ready to go home. So that's where I'm heading now.
After a very emotional week, Chris has arrived in Queensland to meet up with Bridget and Paula, who run the Twinnies Pelican Rehabilitation Centre.
Hi, Chris.
How are you?
Good.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Now just watch your head in here.
Oh, it's not really made for me, is it?
No.
It's more pelicans.
Yes. And for short people.
Now, I can recognise it straight away.
Yes.
It's a small one, right?
Yes. Can you remember Chris, Johnny?
I think she does.
Last year, Chris helped save Johnny's life.
That problem there is pretty visible, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
The pelican's air sac was torn during a fight and surgery was needed to repair the damage.
Here we go.
It's now been over a year since Johnny had her operation. It should have been enough time for her to regain some condition, regain some strength and get to the stage where she can be released. Today is all about making sure that's going to be possible. Okay.
You remember this place, Johnny? I haven't been in here for a while.
So you've been trying to spend not too much time with her?
No, we get in, we clean of a morning and then of an afternoon feed.
So when she goes back to the wild, she knows she's a pelican, not a human?
Yes, that's right.
All right, let's have a look over here. So her heart sounds good.
That's good.
This is obviously where the problem was before,
Yes.
but when she really stretches out, that neck of hers,
Perfect.
it's a proper pelican neck, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So, checked her out from beak tip to tail tip.
Yes.
I think she's clear for takeoff.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah?
Yes.
Looking over Johnny, I just can't fault her. I've got no doubt she's going to be right to fly. Big question is, are the Twinnies ready to let go? How's she feeling, do you know?
I think she's roaring to go.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny. Hi, Johnny.
Later that afternoon, Chris and the Pelican twins, Bridget and Paula, have arrived at 1770, a coastal town in tropical Queensland. This stunning peninsula will hopefully become Johnny's new home.
The great thing about this spot here at 1770 is that it's kind of like pelican paradise. You've got waterways absolutely full of fish and sandbars, so a nice mix of areas that the pelicans can live in. You guys organised this?
Yes, with Neil.
Of course. How are you? How you going, Neil? Chris. Good to meet you. You're the pelican courier.
It looks that way.
Yeah.
I'll be her minder for a little while too, I think.
All right, should we load up?
Yes.
This whole release has been planned like a military operation by the Twinnies, so it kind of makes sense that we're going to travel in a military vehicle to release Johnny, an army duck.
Chris and the team are now heading to a nearby sandbar where a colony of pelicans are living.
One thing's for sure, the Twinnies wouldn't release Johnny just anywhere. They would have been researching for the last couple of months non-stop to find the perfect spot, and it's here.
Here's Johnny.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you, Chris.
Cheers, Neil. Mate, thanks for that, buddy.
All of a sudden, the prospect of saying goodbye to beloved Johnny is too much. The twins have hand-reared her since she was just 2 weeks old.
Our hearts are pounding and we know this was going to be our last time that we'll able to handle her and probably not to see her a long time. Good luck, kiss. Yes, and you've been a little brat, but you've ended up being a beautiful pelican. But look, you're back out here in the wild where you belong. Long thanks to Dr Chris, because you wouldn't have been here if Dr Chris didn't operate on you.
No.
So Dr Chris better give her a kiss too.
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these two very special girls. You know that, don't you? It's got to be a massive moment for the girls. They have put in 14 months worth of work to make sure Johnny has this day and then many more days to come. Stretch those wings.
Good girl. Good girl. Oh, they love her.
She's just blended right in.
So well. We're feeling over the moon, and we know that she has made this home,
and I think we've made the right choice of bringing her here.
Good girl. Good girl.
So well done.
Yes, no, well done to you, Dr. Chris.
We appreciate it so much.
I'm so happy for you guys. I know that's meant a lot. That really is the end of what's been a pretty remarkable journey for me, the twinnies, and of course Johnny. But it kind of feels like more than that. It feels like a really important reminder that no matter the odds, you've always got to take a chance. You've always got to try. You've always got to put that love on the line, because if you don't, you never know exactly whose life you might change.
She loves it here.
She's got a new family now.
Yes, right.
Hi, I'm Dr Danny Dusek from Bondi Vet. If you love our show and want to see more, plus some amazing content about pets and how to care for them, hit the subscribe button. Click that little notification bell and we'll see you on our next video.